Did you know that over 70% of plant enthusiasts are unknowingly sabotaging their plants with improper fertilization? That's right. What you think is helping your plants might actually be harming them. Okay, so why is fertilization so important? Imagine you're living on a diet of just lettuce. You might survive, but you're not going to be thriving, right? Plants are the same way. The soil they live in provides some nutrients, but just like our lettuce diet, it's not always enough. That's where fertilizer comes in. Fertilizers contain essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are like the vitamins and minerals for your plants. These nutrients help them grow big, strong roots, vibrant leaves, and of course, those gorgeous flowers we all love. Without enough nutrients, your plants might start to look a little sad. Their growth might slow down, their leaves might turn yellow, and they might not flower as much. So, if you want your plants to be the envy of the neighborhood, you got to give them the right food. Now, let's talk about the different types of fertilizer, because not all fertilizers are created equal. It's like choosing between a green smoothie and a slice of chocolate cake. Both can be good for you in moderation, but they have different benefits. First up, we have organic fertilizers. These are like the green smoothies of the fertilizer world. They're made from natural ingredients like compost, manure, and bone meal. They're eco-friendly, gentle on your plants, and they improve the overall health of your soil. Then we have synthetic fertilizers, which are like that delicious slice of chocolate cake. They're made from chemically produced nutrients and they work fast. They're like a quick energy boost for your plants. If you're all about that natural life, then organic fertilizers are the way to go. But if you need to give your plants a quick pick-me-up, then synthetic fertilizers can be a good option. Just remember to use them in moderation and follow the instructions on the label. Timing is everything. Just like you wouldn't apply makeup at the wrong time, you don't want to fertilize your plants at the wrong time either. The best time to fertilize is generally during your plant's growing season. This is when they're actively growing and need the most nutrients. For most plants, this is during the spring and summer months. But hold up, don't go fertilizing your plants in the middle of winter when they're dormant. Some plants are heavy feeders and need to be fertilized every few weeks, while others are perfectly happy with just a little snack every few months. The best way to know how often to fertilize your plants is to do your research and follow the instructions on the fertilizer label. And remember, it's always better to under-fertilize than over-fertilize. Understanding NPK ratios. This might sound like some complicated science stuff, but trust me, it's not as scary as it seems. Think of NPK as the secret code to unlocking your plant's full potential. It's like knowing the perfect recipe for a flawless makeup look. So, what exactly does NPK stand for? N stands for nitrogen, which is essential for leafy growth. It's like the foundation of your plant's health. P stands for phosphorus, which is crucial for root development and flower production. It's like the blush that gives your plants that healthy glow. And K stands for potassium, which helps with overall plant health and disease resistance. It's like the setting spray that keeps everything in place. You'll find these three numbers on every fertilizer label, and they represent the ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in that particular fertilizer. For example, a fertilizer with a ratio of 10-10-10 means it contains equal parts of all three nutrients. Understanding these ratios is key to choosing the right fertilizer for your plants. First up, over-fertilizing. This is like putting on way too much makeup. It might seem like a good idea at the time, but it can actually clog your pores and make you break out. The same goes for plants. Over-fertilizing can burn their roots, damage their leaves, and even kill them. So, always follow the instructions on the fertilizer label and don't go overboard. Another common mistake is fertilizing at the wrong time. Remember, we talked about how important timing is? Fertilizing during the dormant season is like trying to put on makeup when you're half asleep. And finally, don't forget to water your plants after you fertilize them. Fertilizer needs moisture to dissolve and be absorbed by the roots. Otherwise, it's like putting on makeup without any primer. Tailoring fertilization to specific plants? Just like we all have different skin types and hair textures, different plants have different fertilization needs. You wouldn't use the same skincare routine on oily skin as you would on dry skin, right? The same goes for plants. Some plants are like divas and need a lot of attention and nutrients, while others are low maintenance and prefer a more minimalist approach. For example, flowering plants generally need more phosphorus to promote bloom production, while leafy plants benefit from higher nitrogen levels for lush foliage. It's like choosing the right makeup look for different occasions. The key is to do your research and find out what type of fertilizer your specific plants need. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about your plant's individual needs, the better equipped you'll be to help them thrive. Who says you need to spend a fortune on fancy fertilizers when you can make your own at home? It's like whipping up a face mask using ingredients from your kitchen. One of my favorite DIY fertilizer recipes is banana peel tea. It's super easy to make, and it's packed with potassium, which is essential for overall plant health. All you have to do is save up your banana peels, put them in a jar, and cover them with water. Let it steep for a few days, like you would with regular tea, and then strain the liquid. You can then use this banana peel tea to water your plants once a month. Another great DIY fertilizer is eggshell water. Eggshells are a great source of calcium, which is essential for strong cell walls in plants. Simply crush up some eggshells, add them to a jar of water, and let it sit for a few days. Strain the liquid and use it to water your plants. Now that we've covered the basics of fertilization, let's talk about some best practices to ensure your plants are getting the most out of their feeding routine. First things first, always water your plants thoroughly before fertilizing. This helps to prevent fertilizer burn and ensures the nutrients are evenly distributed. When applying fertilizer, be sure to follow the instructions on the label carefully. Different fertilizers have different concentrations, so it's important to use the correct amount. Avoid getting fertilizer on the leaves of your plants, as this can also cause burning. Aim for the base of the plant, where the roots can easily absorb the nutrients. After fertilizing, water your plants again to help the nutrients penetrate the soil and reach the roots. Just like we all have our off days, plants can experience nutrient deficiencies that manifest in various ways. Recognizing these signs early on can help you address the issue before it escalates. One of the most common signs of nutrient deficiency is stunted growth. If you notice your plants aren't growing as quickly as they should be, it could be a sign they're lacking essential nutrients. Another telltale sign is yellowing leaves. This is often a sign of nitrogen deficiency, as nitrogen is essential for chlorophyll production, which gives plants their green color. If you notice your plants are producing fewer flowers than usual, it could be a sign of phosphorus deficiency. Other signs to look out for include leaf discoloration, wilting, and leaf drop. Now let's talk about the environmental impact of fertilization. Just like we need to be mindful of our carbon footprint, we also need to be conscious of how our gardening practices affect the environment. Over-fertilizing can lead to nutrient runoff, where excess nutrients end up polluting our waterways. This can harm aquatic life and disrupt delicate ecosystems. To minimize your environmental impact, it's important to choose fertilizers wisely. Opt for slow-release fertilizers, which release nutrients gradually over time, reducing the risk of runoff. You can also choose organic fertilizers, which are made from natural ingredients and are less likely to harm the environment. By adopting sustainable gardening practices, we can enjoy beautiful and thriving gardens while protecting our planet for future generations. If you've learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up. Sharing is caring, so share this video with your fellow plant enthusiasts. And don't forget to subscribe to Don't Do This Guide for more tips on turning gardening mistakes into green thumb victories. With the right knowledge and approach, you can provide your plants with the nutrients they need to thrive. Remember, it's all about balance and understanding your plant's unique needs. Thanks for joining us on this journey to greener gardens. Until next time, happy planting!